Hey there, thank you for joining me for today's practice. My name is Paula. So for today's meditation, we'll be primarily seated. So make sure that you've got a block or a blanket or a cushion, something that you can sit down on. If it's right for you to actually be lying down, if that's just your preference for today, then please feel free, or be in a chair, however you feel comfortable. We are going to start, if we can though, in a seated position on the ground, or if you're in a chair, just stay there, that's totally fine. We're going to do just a little bit of moving, just to ground into the body, and then we'll move into our meditation. Okay, so make sure you're comfortable, and then let's make a start. So if you're on the ground, we're just sitting in a comfortable cross-legged position. If you need your blanket underneath you already, just to elevate your hips, feel free to pop that under you. And then let's bring the palms of the hands in front of the chest into your prayer position. Just letting the shoulders drop down. Just the eyes, just they can stay open, just very softly, just looking down on the ground a little bit further in front of you. Just feeling the length of the spine. Just tuning into your breathing. And having a sense of the whole body at once. Seeing it from the front, from the back, from the sides, from above and below. As if you could take a snapshot of the entire body. And then let's release the hands down by your side, and we'll take a few sweeps up with the arms. So take the arms all the way up, inhaling, palms, hands come together, and then exhale. Bring the hands down through the center line, and we'll do that 2 more times. Arms out to the side, inhale, reaching up. And then exhale, draw the hands down. 1 more time like that, inhaling and exhaling. Taking the right hand out a little bit away from the waist, and then taking the left arm up and over. So it's just coming to a side bend, and then inhale, coming up through center, and then exhale, going to the left or the other side. So reaching out with that top hand, and then inhale, coming through center, and then exhaling. And again, inhale through center, and exhale. And then inhale. Just releasing those arms down by your side. We're going to sweep the arms forward and up, inhaling. As you exhale, take a twist to your right, placing that left hand to the outside of the right thigh. Just turning the eyes to look over towards the right. And then inhaling, coming back through center with the arms. And then exhale, twisting to your left, looking over the left shoulder. And again, inhaling, coming up through center, and exhaling. And inhale and exhale to the left. And then just releasing back to center, taking an inhale, and then as you exhale, starting to walk your hands forward. We don't have to go too far forward. And if you're in your chair, you can just lean forward, hands resting down on the thighs. Find your breath. And then let's walk the hands back up to seated. And then let's find your comfortable seated position for your meditation. So you might stay in your comfortable crossed legs, or you could bring one leg in front of the other. I'm going to sit in a Japanese seated position. This is one of my favorite poses or postures. So sideways, and then sitting bones down. Toes are pointing back. You could always pop a blanket underneath you as well here. Just take some time, find your chosen posture, and once you're there, you can rest the hands lightly down onto the thighs, palms facing down, or you can have palms facing up. A sense of more openness with the palms up, with the palms down. It's a more grounding usually. So see what feels right for you today. And just for this first part, just really opening to whatever's here right now. Just feeling into your seat here. Just grounding down through the base. Just those sitting bones just slightly pressing down. And then lifting up and away with the spine. This crown of the head gently lengthening up. Just allowing the face to soften. And starting to feel into your breathing. Noticing what your breathing's like at the moment. And sometimes there can just be that accidental holding of the breathing. And when we bring our awareness to it, it naturally does lengthen. And you might want to go with that. You can continue to lengthen out the breathing if that feels good. Particularly on the exhale. We're trying to make that exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. If you want to keep working with those longer breaths, and feel free. Otherwise, just allow the breath to just be however it needs to be. And now let's start to tune into the sounds around us. Just listening to the sounds that are in this room, in your space. And starting to broaden your field of awareness to include sounds that are outside the room. And then trying to go even further afield, imagining the sounds beyond, outside this room, beyond what you can actually hear. You're just really listening. What's the furthest sound you can hear? And if possible, try to hear the sound without attaching a story or a narrative, trying to interpret the sound. And then start to bring that field of awareness a little bit closer in, so the sounds are just outside the room once again. And then closer in again, listening into the sounds that are just in the room. And there's no need to block out other sounds if you're hearing things further afield, but it's listening into what's closer in. And then coming even closer in, listening into the sounds of your own breathing and your own body. You might like to follow the breath in and out through the nose or in and out through the belly. Notice how you were just able to broaden your field of awareness and attention, taking that macroscopic view or bird's eye view. And then you were able to narrow it in and bring it in really close, coming into more of the details. Staying with your breathing here, staying with the body. Just noticing if there are any little pockets of tension in the body. And as you exhale, just encouraging some softening. For now, just staying with the breathing, noticing if there's any space for softening. And also just being aware of any thoughts that might rise. And if you notice yourself thinking, just labeling the thinking. So you might label it as worrying or planning, just whatever it might be. And then you can bring yourself back to the breathing. Just allowing the thoughts to come into your field of awareness, acknowledging what they are, and just allowing them to pass through. So we're creating space around our thinking and giving us the opportunity to notice what we're thinking, which often happens in a circular fashion. It circles around. And remembering your breathing, the grounding home base of your breath. And resting in the knowledge that you are not your thoughts. Thoughts just come and go. They come and go. And we tend to get caught up in them. Just through practicing and coming back to the breath, coming back to the body, we can slowly start to just unhinge ourselves from the thinking. Starting to take a few deeper, fuller breaths now. And once again, having a sense of the whole body sitting here. Just feeling the temperature of the room. And once again, having a sense of the space around you and your body in relationship to the space. Space in front of you, space behind you, to the sides of the body. Above the body and below. It's acknowledging your effort to practice today. Thank you so much for joining me. Let's bring the palms of the hands together into your prayer position, dropping the chin down towards the chest. And I'll see you next time. Namaste.